Alrighty, my friends, so welcome back to the phonics portion of our day. So, of course, we're going to review our sight words. We'll go over the first 8 that will be on this Friday's assessment. We're going to go over letters and sounds. We're going to do substituting phonemes, and today we're going to do a new skill, which is move phonemes, which means we're going to move one letter to the end and create a new letter. However, also today on substituting phonemes, instead of changing the last letter in a word to make a new word, we're going to change the first letter. We're also going to do some phoneme seg. Remember that on Thursday, we will be doing a progress monitoring just to see where you're at with phoneme seg and make-believe words. Okay, so no sweat. As long as you've been practicing what we're practicing, it should be bing, bang, boom. All right, so here we go with our words for this week. Off, put, saw, there, and remember I put this one, T-H-E-R-E, underneath to remind you that this word up here spells the same thing as this one. It doesn't spell it. I shouldn't say that. It reads the same way. So this is there as well, but it's spelled a different way, but it's the same word, there. Okay? Very, ask, every, and there. Okay, so those are our 8 for this week. And then let's go ahead and practice the rest. A, how, little, I said go. Ooh, I said go. Just, of, help, he, have, then, will, find me, will find me. 1, walk, walk out, walk out. Say, you, look, she, soon, some, now, is, for, must, from, no, they, make, went, with, do, are, come, them, was. Hey, do you guys remember yesterday? Little trick was, I had wrote this because it sounds like there's a but for spelling word trick, if you know the letter or the, that makes the w sound, and then you know how to spell as, A-as, bam, that's your trick for knowing how to spell the word was. New, only, when, and, all, your, give, where, good, what, 8, be, many, up, play, so, the, but, down, into, could, that, this, to, like, her, see, by, away, over, here, hey, over here, came, my, we, on. Very, very good. All right. Let's practice our make-believe words. Okay. Mad. Remember, if your scholar is struggling, just have them do ed, mad. Okay, but we're going to continue practicing the way we see it. Zad. Pock. Dop. Gick. Hud. Kip. Buck. Pawn. Madge. Dib. Pit. Din. Bess. Deaf. Ruv, Daz, Gek, Kig, Gub, Sep. Very good. All right, so really quickly, let's practice some phoneme seg, okay, before we switch the words around. All right. Let's see. Twist, t-w-ist, trust, t-r-us, stamp, st-a-m, hot, hot, bat, b-at, beach, b-each, swim, s-w-i, stick, st-ick, jump, j-ump, b-b-e, hey, a, may, a, shoe, sh-oo, peach, p-each, pot, p-ot, dream, d-er-e, very, very good. All right, so let's go ahead and try this substituting. This book is so heavy. Okay, so we're going to try this substituting of phonemes, friends. So listen to the word. The word, I'm trying to situate this so I can read it. Okay, the word is pet. The word is pet. We're going to change the p in pet to et. Net. Very, very good. All right, let's try a next one. My word is tap. My word is tap. Change the t in tap to app. Lap. Very good. Excellent. My word is met. My word is met. Change the in met to et. Vet. Very good. My word is run. My word is run. Change the in run to fun. Very, very good. All right, now this one, friends, this one might be a little tricky, so I'm going to do it a little slow. Okay, so I want you to listen to this word. Okay, I will move the s in stop to the end of the word to make a new word. So listen here. First, I will say stop, stop, stop without the s. My word is top. Okay, so if I take the s away from stop, my word is top. Now, if I add the s to the end of top, so now I have top, s, top, s, tops. Okay, very, very good. All right, so that's my new word. Okay, so listen to this one. My word is slip, slip, slip. I am going to take the s away from slip, and my new word is not lip. Okay, so my new word is lip. Now I am going to add the s to lip. I'm going to add it at the end. Lips, lips, lips. Very, very good. Okay, great job. All right, my word is den. My word is den. I'm going to remove the d from den, and I have n. Okay, so now I have n. So now I am going to add the d to n. Okay, so n, d, n, D. And. Very, very good. All right. My word is snap. My word is snap. I'm going to remove the s in snap. And now I have nap. Okay. So now my word nap, I'm going to add the s to nap. Okay. So nap, s, nap, s, nap, s, naps. Very, very good. And it is a little confusing at first, friends, but once you get to your brain starts to listening to it, it gets a little bit easier. All right. So now what we're going to do, friends, is we're going to revisit this is Vinny Volcano. Okay. So we're going to revisit words that begin with the V sound and the Z sound. Okay, so we're going to be listening for words that begin with Zelda, zebra, and Vinny, volcano. All right, so you can hear the Z sound in the words zoo, zero, zipper, and zoom, right? So we're going to look at our poster. Let me move this chair just a tad. All right, so let's look at our poster. We have to figure out which one has Vinny Volcano or Zelda Zebra. Okay, we have a glare. Let me go turn off my light, friends, see if that'll work. Hold on. Let's see if that works a little bit better. Oh yeah, it does work better, except I'm in the dark, and that's okay. All right, so friends, the very first one, remember we're looking for Z, Zelda, zebra, or Vinny, volcano. All right, so this is a vet. Vet. What letter would go with vet? Correct. Lowercase v. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an uppercase V and a lowercase v. Okay. Zebra. Zebra. So that is Zelda. Okay. Uppercase Z and a lowercase z. Vase. Vase. So that would be Vinny. Very good. Vinny volcano. Uppercase V and a lowercase v. And then here we have, I want you guys to see it fine. Zipper. Zipper. So who would it be? Zipper. Yep. Zelda. Okay. Uppercase Z and a lowercase z. Van. Van. Who would it be? Vinny Volcano. Uppercase V and a lowercase v. And finally, zero. Zero. Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Zelda. Yep, that can be tricky and it can make you think that it might be a letter O, right? But are we working with letter O right now? No, so it can't be letter O. It has to be zero. All right, so there we go, friends. Today's story. We're going to read a story today that we're going to look for sequence of events, which means kind of like how, actually it's like story elements, which means what's going on in the story, what's happening, who are our characters, where is the story taking place. So that's what we're going to be working with today. We're going to be working on story elements, okay? Or another word is like story structure. But we're going to look to see if we know who our characters are and where the setting is. Where is the story taking place? So with that being said, let's go ahead and read our story. I think you'll like this story. It's a pretty cool story. All right, so today's story is titled, You Can Do It, Curious George. And why did I read it that way? Exclamation point. And this story is written and illustrated by Margaret and H.A. Reyes. Okay. So let's see what's going to go on in our story. This is my title page. You can do it, Curious George. And what's George doing there? Yeah, he has a kite. And of course, this is my table of contents, which shows there are two stories here. The first one, You Can Do It, Curious George, is on page 2. That's the one we're going to read. And on Thursday, we'll read Poems on page 26. All right, so let's go ahead and see what happens in our story. All right, this is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. George loved going to the museum with his friend. So there's his friend with a what? With a yellow hat. While they were visiting the museum, they saw a sign. The sign said the museum had won a prize. And this reads, Our favorite museum, it is the best. People voted this museum as their favorite. They said this museum was the best. So let's see what happens. When George saw the sign, he started to think. So there he is thinking. What could he do best? He decided to find out. You can do it, George, said the man with the yellow hat. George went back home. He was good at drawing dinosaurs. Maybe he could draw the best dinosaur picture ever. Well, so far, who are our characters in this story? Remember, characters are people or animals in the story. Okay, yeah, George. Who else? The man in the yellow hat. So far, those are our characters. George decided that he liked to draw, but he wanted to try to do something different. He climbed out the window to look for ideas. Soon, George came to a restaurant that gave him a great idea. Let's see what will happen. Oh my goodness, this curious George, he is always so curious. George loved spaghetti. He decided he would make the best spaghetti ever. You can do it, George. Should George be doing that? It's not even his spaghetti. Remember, where did he go? He went to a restaurant. Oh my, ay, ay, ay. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at all that spaghetti. George thought it tasted great. He tasted more and more of it and made a big mess. Oh my goodness. And look, he's all tangled up in it and he's still eating it. Oh, let's see what happens. I wonder what the chef would think. Then the chef came in. Get out! He shouted. Out of my kitchen! George was going to have to find something else he did best. Oh. Do you think the chef had right to do that? Do you think the chef should be angry? Yeah. How would you like it if you cook something and then here comes somebody and eats more than half of it and leaves you a mess? Oh my goodness. George needed another idea. He got on a bus to think. The bus took him to the ski slope. Oh. Let's see what happens. I want to make sure I don't skip any pages. Yeah. That gave George an idea. He grabbed the biggest sled he could find. And this says large. So that's the biggest sled they have. What shape is that sled? Yeah, a huge circle. Maybe he could sled down the hill faster than anyone ever had before. You can do it, George. So there he is at the top of the mountain, and he's going to get on that sled and take off. Actually, there he is. He's already taking off. There's the illustrator showing us that he's kind of already flying up in the air. Ooh. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens. At first, sledding was fun. Zig, zag. Then George started going too fast. Ooh. Look out, George! George was going to have to find something else he did best. Oh, look, he ran into a skier. Oh my goodness. Not a good thing. That's not him doing his best. George needed another idea. Then he remembered something he did better than anyone. And this sign reads, home, that way. He rushed back home. When he got there, he took out his kite. He was going to be the best kite flyer ever. Oh, so there he goes. That's a huge kite. Look, it's like triple the size of George. Uh-oh. Let's see. George got his kite to go higher and higher. You can do it, George. So there it goes. Oh, then the kite lifted George right off the ground. Look out below. And look, ay, it's the flying monkey. Oh. Oh my goodness, I wonder how he's going to get down. Uh-oh, let's see what happens. George landed in a tree in the forest. His kite flew away. Without him, George was going to have to find something else he did best. And look at him. How does he look? Yeah, he looks pretty sad. Just then, George spotted smoke. Oh, there's some smoke. Oh no! It was a forest fire. Oh, and look, all the animals are running away from the fire. Oh no. I hope all the trees don't get burned up. That's always a disaster. George wanted to warn everybody about the fire. He raced to town and found the fire station. The firefighters quickly put out the fire. Phew! Hooray, George, good job. By now, the sun was setting. It was too late for George to figure out what he did best. Oh, he looks a little saddened, like, oh no. Don't give up, George. George's friend met him back at the museum. The director had heard that George warned everyone about the forest fire. She thought that was the best thing anyone had done in a long time. George did it! Hooray! He found out what he could do best. He is the best helper. George got a very special prize that day. Look, he got a medal. Oh, and look, he looks so proud of himself. The end. Oh, wasn't that such a great book? And yeah, I know that the characters were George and the man in the yellow hat. And where did the story take place? Most of the time, where was it? Yeah, outdoors, right? So I really, really like that story. And I'm so happy that George got to find something that he's good at. So, all right, friends, when we meet again for ELA, make sure you bring your 2 writing papers. Okay, today we are doing my favorite game and my favorite TV show. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a bit.